Orevo shalom aleinu, Orevo shalom aleinu, Orevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Orevo shalom aleinu, Orevo shalom aleinu, Orevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Orevo shalom aleinu, Orevo shalom aleinu, Orevo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom.
If there's anyone near you who does not live in the same zip code, then turn around and say hello. It's good to have all of you here. We welcome one person back from traveling, 2 people from being away for a while. We're glad everyone's back and healthy and probably adjusted to this time zone, so we're happy to be together. We have a lot of choices as to what we read on a Friday night, so I try to change it up. If at any time you like one of the readings, you're welcome to tell me, so I'll keep it in a quicker rotation as if I was an FM DJ or an AM one back in the day. Right now, we'll continue on page 111 at the top of the page. In the beginning, even then, a new light was sown for the righteous, a promise that your light would become the catalyst, first for order and then for hope. Author of language and light, help us to use words as you have, to cast light into dark waters and draw out justice and truth. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. Page 12, Lechuna Ranana. Great to be together.
Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Lechu neranana l'Adonai, naria litzur yishenu, nekadma fanav betoda, bitzmirot naria lo, bitzmirot naria lo. Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la.
Thank you. We look forward to more music coming up soon. I am happy to call forward Sharon Kravitz, our co-president, for a few announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to Temple Beth Or. Rabbi, thanking you ahead of time for the service that I know is going to be great, right? Yeah. And Danny and Miranda, it's nice to have you guys with us tonight as well. Looking forward to the music. Thank you to Dana and Toby Porter. Glad you guys were able to come in, and so I can thank you in person. Appreciate you ushering. And our great tech team, David Youngman, Chris Jastroff, and Ryan Jackson, back there for presenting the, being able to stream it, as well as Helene Moss and Brady Strings for running the chat on YouTube. So, although I can't see them, I'm hoping that I know they're there. Anyway, a couple of announcements. Hope you can join us this Sunday in person, where the League of Women Voters is coming to discuss the pros and cons of the upcoming propositions. For those of you who can't be here in person, there is a Zoom link, and the Zoom link can be found on their flyer on our website. Next Wednesday is Dine Out at the Sizzler. Again, if you need a flyer, you need to print that out before you go. Next Saturday, September 28th, is Sleek Coat Service. It's starting at 7 p.m. Please RSVP for the dessert, I spelled it right here, dessert reception, which will take place before Hafdalah and the movie. Tickets are still available to see Fiddler on the Roof at the La Mirada Theater on Sunday, November 19th. Sisterhood is also organizing the dinner. You can RSVP, those of you out there, to Donna, or she's sitting right here, so if you want to go, you can see her. I know that there's a few tickets that are still available. Reminder that if you want to submit names for the Yitzker book, sorry, they are due to the office by Friday, the 27th. So we're trying really hard not to send out too many e-blasts. So if everybody would read the Beaconette and then go to our website and be able to RSVP, we're trying to make it easier for everybody so we don't have to send out too many reminders. So Shabbat greetings from Jeff and Wilma Shear, Rita and Bob Rubin, the Magnella family, Noel and Ted Singer, thank you very much, as well as Donna and Art Haas. Emergency exits are through the double doors and on the left behind the there and behind the tech team. Wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom and have a wonderful weekend.
Shabbat Shalom. If anyone has ever wanted to know more about what Judaism says about forgiveness, the second half of my 2-session review of the book, Forgive for Good, will be this Tuesday at 7 o'clock. We now continue on page 334 with a reading by me. 334, let's go there and we'll read together. Come, O Sabbath day, and bring peace and healing on thy wing. And to every weary one, let God's word of blessing come. Thou shalt rest, thou shalt rest. Welcome Sabbath, let depart every care of troubled heart. Now the daily task is done. Let's God's word of comfort come. Thou shalt rest, thou shalt rest. Wipe from every cheek the tear, banish care and silence fear. All things working for the best. Teach us the divine behest. Thou shalt rest, thou shalt rest. It's not always so easy to rest after a tumultuous week. So thank you to all of you for helping the rest of us. We can't rest on our own. We have to be part of a community. So thank you to everyone that Sharon thanked, as well as Sharon for being here. We now continue on page 24, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei
Now I'm pleased to call forward Harry and Victoria Jacobs in recognition of Harry's birthday this week to come forward and light our Shabbat candles. And we also have started lighting a blue candle in solidarity with Israel in general and the hostages and their families in particular. Please turn to page 3 for the reading, and then page 2 for the blessing.
No. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של שבת.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. We continue with Miranda and Danny.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav
v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner
shel Shabbat.
Thank you, Harry and Victoria. Should we sing happy birthday to Harry? Yes. There we go. It's good to have very talented folks to my right. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Harry.
Happy birthday to you.
Page 20 and 21, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Nekabela Shamor v'Zahor b'dibor echad Hishmianu el ha'milcha למול תפארת ותהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובתהילה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
Please remain standing in body or spirit. The Baruch Hu, the call to worship, page 28. seated. So I have a question. In a bit, I'm going to be talking about God. So I have a question for you. When is the first time you recall having someone fix something of yours while you were working? Page 30. Let's read together. Oh, okay. Well, this is what I was going to say. When is the first time you remember talking to God? Because we do a good job of calling pages and standing and sitting and reading, but is that really talking to God? I had a hospice patient that I referenced when I first started, and maybe you don't remember, but this is what she said. She said, "Rabbi, do you ever pray?" I said, "Sure, I pray in the evening, and I pray in the morning." She said, "But do you pray?" I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "Well, I talk to God." "Do you talk to God?" "I pray in the evening, I pray in the morning." She said, "But what do you talk to God about?" "I pray in the evening, I pray in the morning." She said, "I pray to God so often and talk to God so often, I think God's really bored." But I said, then I had to switch to be chaplain and not being queried as to the fact that I don't really talk to God. And so I wonder if you talk to God, and if you don't now, was it easier when you were a child? So that's the question. You can pause. Do you ever talk to God? Was it different when you were a child? And if it wasn't the case either then or now, what would you say to God? And what would your belief in God need to entail? More in a minute. Page 30. Because she's not wrong. These are important questions. And this is not a year for the rabbi to talk about theology on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. So I'm giving you some of what I might have otherwise pushed to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, because, we're going to do music, and I have some other things that I'm going to talk about. But I think it is important for a synagogue to talk about God here and there. So page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ari v'aravim, bechokma poteach she'arim, uvidvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishmorotehem berakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uven layla, Adonai tsevaot shemo, el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'alam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai ma'ari v'aravim. Page 32, we go from talking about God creating to God bringing love into our lives. Page 32.
Over
Let's join together with Miranda and Danny, the Shema, page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem, Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
The top of page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצוותך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך, בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך, ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
There's been a change in the program for the tech team. We're going to page 39, which hopefully is easier to find than the previous page, which was going to be 166. Because as I looked at 39, I think it fits thematically into where we are as a community. Judaism is lived in partnership with others, within our families, within our communities, and the larger community. And we can't be good Jews, we can't be good citizens if we don't connect with other people. The top of page 39, then the Michamoch on page 40. So let's read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Michamocha, page 40.
Ya la la ya la la ya la la ya la la ya la ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilo tosefele, nora tehilo tosefele. Malechutecha ra'uvanecha, bokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli ve'ameru, Adonai
B'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo me'el chazak mimenu, baruch ata Adonai gal Yisrael. Page 42, Hashkivenu.
Hashkifenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomrenu lechaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkifenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomrenu lechaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu shomrenu lechaim. Lechaim.
Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raises up our guardian to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. God, our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. To the Hebrew, Baruch Ata Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'akol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. So I like to take a custom from one Jewish holiday and see how it can enrich our understanding of another Jewish holiday. So we're not going to start the custom of a Rosh Hashanah Seder. We already have a Tu B'Shvat Seder. But I want to know if you're familiar with the custom at Sukkot of inviting the Ushpizin, the biblical ancestors of all of us. You're supposed to imagine that you're inviting, and soon I'll talk about Rosh Hashanah, you have to imagine you're inviting Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, Rebecca, Jacob, Rachel, and Leah, and then Miriam and David and Solomon, because they are our foundation. So when we are on the precipice of meeting a new year, in a state of mind that anyone in this room has not ever had before, in terms of the brokenness in the Jewish community and in the world and the increasing levels of anti-Semitism, and just whatever else we have going on individually and collectively, I wonder, who would you bring along to help it be a more comfortable Rosh Hashanah? Who would you summon from your past? It doesn't have to be as far past as the matriarchs or patriarchs. Who would you bring along? We are being recorded, so let's be appropriate. All right, Ellie said she'd bring her mom and dad. Anyone have another answer? And it's not like an auction. I just saw someone move and I nearly called on them.
My great-grandson.
Her great-grandmother. Grandfather. Anyone else? That's what Carol said. Yes, Dina.
I too would love to have my parents back and hear my father sing I'll Be Walking again.
So Dina said that she would like to have her father back and have him sing Avinu Malkeinu, one of the big songs on the high holidays. And what did I miss?
For years, I sat in front of her mother and father.
Nice.
Because I enjoyed their singing so much. And I miss it as well.
So Joyce, for those at home, because we don't have cameras going this way, Joyce, who was sitting next to Dina, said she also misses Dina's father singing because he may have been, he was quite memorable. Anybody have anyone else? Yes, Sydney.
Both sets of grandparents, and one set was more religious than the other one, and then have them talk to one another, and then the one that was not as religious as to the other one, what did you say again? They didn't understand what they were saying. It was, they went through the motions, but they didn't understand the words. I'll do that. What did you say?
So Sydney was saying that her grandparents, from the different side, for her two sides, had different levels of religiosity, which reminded me of something that I heard a rabbi friend of mine say in a podcast today, something our grandparents knew nothing about. She said that she thought she was pretty connected to Jewish life, and then she went off to college, and she said that cute boy across the hall who landed up becoming her husband had to help her with the words of the kiddush, because she felt like she just didn't fit in, and she thought she really fit in. And so it is important that we have different ways, that we recognize the different ways of being Jewish, and that we be open to the people with different ways of connecting, helping the other see the benefits of the other side. One last answer, maybe someone that's not related to you. Danny.
My great uncle.
What would you like? So Danny wants his great uncle to be here. He doesn't have a mic tonight. Why your great uncle?
Just very close to him and a beautiful musician. Would learn all the songs by ear. Didn't know how to read music. Would learn everything by ear. Just really beautiful artist and musician and actor.
And now that Danny is quite accomplished himself, it would be beautiful for him to connect with his great uncle. I invite you to continue this process because I know that when I sit around the Seder table, I remember the people that I celebrated the Seders with when I was a child. I think of my Zeta, who died 2 years before my brother and I became rabbis. He knew we would be, but still, we remember, we go back to being kids. Where did they hide the Afikoman? And it's just nice to remember those things, but I invite you to consider who else you might like to have around your table. Vishamru, page 44. Please rise, embody your spirit.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. בני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כי בששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם.
We do have to put that album together in time for Hanukkah, I'm just saying. We now ask God for the ability to pray those words in our heart that we may never have thought we should be addressing to God. Adonai Svatai, page 46. Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim ve'Koneh HaKol ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot va'imahot U'mevii Geula livnehem leman shemo be'ahava Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechayeh hakol Atah Rav Loshia Morid hatal Mechalkel Chaim bechesed Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim Somech noflim verofeh holim Umatir asurim Umekayem emunato Lishenei kol. Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh ha'kol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kadoshim b'chol yom yachalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
You may be seated. Page 54. The angel season is nearly over. I'm going to need a new cup in a couple weeks. Page 54 in the middle, where it begins, you set aside. Anything I read during this part, you're welcome to join in. You set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah, the heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God had completed the work that had been done, ceasing then on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, and ceased from all the creative work that God had chosen to do. At the bottom, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 56 at the top, find favor. Find favor, Adonai our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer in love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants, pour out your Spirit upon us. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai machazir shechinato l'Tzion. So in the realm of thinking about God, it's not always clear where God is, so the reading in the middle of 57 begins to address that. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find new strength for your service. And God of goodness, did I skip a blessing? Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yira na'avod. O God of goodness. The top. Oh God, it's time for God of goodness, page 59. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ocha na'eh lehodot. And now the prayer for peace. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Ki atah hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atah hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav
Danny, are you good at playing things by ear like your great uncle was?
Yes.
Okay, he said yes. So this is what we're going to do for my remarks, but I just want to give everyone a head start, including Danny and maybe Miranda, if she chooses to accept this. I wrote a letter to God. It was written a couple years ago. I have another one I'm going to read next week. But I think sometimes songs say what our hearts cannot quite put together. So if there's a song that you think of that can serve as your prayer, maybe that's the Celine Dion song with Josh Groban, The Prayer, but maybe not. But it could be that there's something that helps you feel centered, the way for some a belief in God makes them feel centered. So maybe we'll take 2 of those after I read mine. And if you choose to sing, that's fine, but I didn't want to put you on the spot. I just asked him because he's riffed all the time. But we could, okay, maybe that was a little bit of Purim. I just wanted to give you a chance to really think inside. We're now going to turn to the Healing Prayer, page 253.
Oh my gosh, I thought I'd be playing the prayer, so I pulled up the music for the prayer.
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
As many of you know, we have 2 people in our synagogue who are in the hospital who are dealing with illnesses and ailments, one very seriously. So I'm going to move their names at the top of the list. We pray for David Scharf and Laura Block, Tom Mitchell, who's coming along, Susie Wolfson, Isaiah Mauricio, Ann Jenkins, Sherry Held, Sheila Craven, Jim Greenspan, Ted Levoot, Sue Rubin, James Modest, Tanner Harker, Richard Cameron, Gilbert Werschecki, Susan Ward, Brianna Ruffin, Estelle Windhorst, Diane Smith, Christine Smith, Sue Craven, Lori Wiesel, Robert Hagler, Tora Ariel Batsara, Susan Taylor, Jeff Shear, Henrietta Goitzman de Moya, Socorro Morales, Or Levy and Daron Steinbrecher, 2 hostages, released hostage Noah Argamani, and the parents just dealing with the grief of losing their son, Rachel Goldberg and John Poland, Jordy Glassner, Yardena Bat Esther, and now I'm saying a few people silently, but first I'll add my friend Beth Kramer. Anyone have a name they'd like included? First on, yes. Okay. Anyone in the back? Ruth. Ruth's sister Florence. Lynette. Thank you. Laura.
Art Aaron, Sue Aaron, and Esther.
Thank you. Sergio. Thank you. Victoria.
Sue Wood and Barry Chapman.
Thank you. Anyone over here? We continue with the second half of the prayer.
Love with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit,
And let us say, thank you, and we pray for continued healing and comfort for those who are ill and strength for their families. So I do have a letter I wrote to God, and if there are two people who have a song that they would like Danny to play, it could just be instrumental that helps you have contemplative thoughts. You're welcome to suggest them. I would give you his email address, but that would be a violation of his privacy. So you're welcome to come up and give him an idea of what you'd like, or you can raise your hand and we'll see if he could play it. But not right now. I'm going to read first, so you can think about it, and you can come up and tell him. Here we go. So this letter came out of my experience with the theology of Rabbi Harold Kushner. In the early 80s, he wrote a book called When Bad Things Happen to Good People. So 40 years went by, and because of that book, I didn't feel as close to God as I thought I might have, because the core of the argument is that because of the illness of his son, who died at 14, looking as if he was 90, he suffered from progeria, and then he died at 14, made Rabbi Kushner feel that there was a new definition of God that was needed, and understandably so. And so that was around the time I was finishing college, applying to rabbinical school, and that definition worked for me because there had been members of our family that had died, and I remember being angry at God when my cousin's father died, way too young. And so that understanding of God, because Rabbi Kushner looked at the traits of God that are in the Torah, and that's considered the full theistic, and over here is the atheist. So he wanted to take out God as being powerful, and he did to a great extent, because God is kind and all-caring. Then he wanted those traits to remain. He didn't want to say God's all-powerful but doesn't care, because then he'd be not able to have any relationship to God. But then it hit me a few years ago that there was an in-between step, which is you could still talk to God, maybe the way some of us still lean on the relatives that have passed who we were thinking about a few minutes ago. So this is what I wrote to God, and then we'll change the tone a bit. So dear God, we've had an on-again, off-again relationship over these past many years. I looked away for answers and didn't give you credit for the good you did. I would just shrug my shoulders when things were going terribly wrong. I didn't see you as a source of strength. I saw you as absent and a little removed from most of our lives. And suddenly I felt cheated. I felt that I'd missed out on having you near to me because of those thoughts 40 years ago. Truthfully, I knew you were there all along. I just wished I turned to you for guidance when I needed it. So now I turn to you on the eve of the new year. I'm looking for you just in the nick of time. Dear God, the world and I need you more than ever. There are dangerous forces out in the world, and we need you to help us go forward. Worst of all is the hate we feel so easily. We individually and collectively go from disappointment to anger to rage like never before. And many of us have stopped engaging in conversation. Instead, snap judgments are made, and people are swiped away without much thought. It doesn't work for building a better me. It doesn't work for building a better TBO, Los Angeles, LA County, the rest of the country, never mind the world. It doesn't help build stronger relationships, and it doesn't help build a stronger world. Chances for increasing hope, compassion, and love are discarded easily and seemingly without much thought. So God, please give us the strength to look inwards, to see our souls clearly, to allow us to give ourselves and others the benefit of the doubt. So God, let our souls breathe. Let our souls be given the oxygen of love and compassion from ourselves and from those close to us. Let our souls eat from the tree of life without worry or rejection, and God help our souls see the light of day. They've been covered up for too long. And God help us understand what we stand for. Let us work to get where we know we want to go. Stop us from drifting. Let us not numb ourselves. Please, God, let us see the good in ourselves and in others, and in the possibility of going forward. Life is precious. Life is a gift. It is given in love by God and our families. Let us practice reaching out more often than moving away. God, let us not see our foes alone. Let us see our friends. Let us work to see things from everyone else's perspective. Most of all, God, help us learn to avoid wallowing. Let us avoid whining. Let us have the strength to keep giving to ourselves and to others, even when we feel the world pushing us down. So God, let us have the courage we need to love others when too many outside forces help us to stay within ourselves. It is time to bring hope into our lives and others. It's a bit of a hard right turn. But if anyone has a song, it doesn't have to be a silly song. It could be something that has touched your heart, maybe brought you to tears on occasion. Because life is full of many emotions now. Should we start with Danny's choice?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a suggestion from Rabbi, which is The Prayer by Carol Bayer-Sager and David Foster.
Thank you, Danny. How about we stop there? I encourage you, though, to look up. I used to play for my hospice patients all the time. Celine Dion called up a 17 or 18-year-old Josh Groban, because Andrea Bocelli got sick and couldn't make the rehearsal that someone remembered to record. It is magnificent. Please rise, 282, Aleinu. It's fine, just pay it.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
At this time, we remember Scott Held, friend of Lynette, Austin, and David Youngman, who died towards the end of August. And we remember the 6 hostages that were killed around Labor Day: Hirsch Goldberg, Poland, Aiden Yerushalmi, Carmel Gat, Almog Sarusi, Alexander Lobanov, Ori Danino. And the people for whom the Kaddish of the year is being said: Dr. Edwin Brockman, Henry Diamond, Nancy Anderson, Sarah Braver, Stephen Richmond, Dr. Bernard Goldfarb, Sanford Levinson, George Iribaran, Diane Wadowski, Marianne Kravitz, Nadav Farhi, Don Anthony Fagan, Bertha Cienfuegos, Peter Heitman, Connie Tarnopol, Howard Hoffman, Bardia Lajavardi, Erno Ross, Val Paivo, Don Witt, Judy Cole, Jose Zimmerman, Joseph Glazer, Ken Kravitz, and Ralph Peter Folsom. The people for whom yahrzeit is being observed this week are Katie Berman, Morton Bogorad, Fred Ender, David Granick, Fred Horowitz, James Eric Niemeyer, Gloria Austin, Saul Kritschmar, Gerda Lewin Denwitt, Sonia DeLu Hess. How should it be pronounced? Okay, sorry. Sonia DeLau Hess, Louis Levin, Paula Marcus, Lillian Pearlstein Muroff, my grandmother, Mac Cohn, Martin Becker, Robert Gills, Irving Feuerman, Herman Gordon, Fanny Roberts, Susan Aline Basil, Sarah Sherman, William Otto Rose, Reiki Nash, Jeffrey John Palmer, and Fred Immer. Are there people here who have names that fit into any of these sections that they would like to add at this time? If not, I invite those saying Kaddish to join me in reciting the Kaddish, and everyone else, as is our custom, to remain standing to offer comfort to those who are saying the Kaddish. Page 294. Yit Kadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, B'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chaye dachol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Ulmei Olmaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitboar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekudasha Berichu Le'ela Min Kol Berchata V'shirata Tush Bechata V'nechamata Da'amiram B'alma V'imru Amen. Yehi Shlom Araba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu Yal Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Kiddush, page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu Zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta Mikol V'shabbat kodshecha B'yahava uvratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim. So I never close with a thought except for, let's go eat. So one thing, Jews are called Ivri, and it means to pass over. I'm not going to talk about Passover, but it means the way that we are best walking in this world is to pass over whatever's held us back, to pass over whatever stopped us from being who we are, to go further than we might have thought we could. We conclude with Oseh Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Oseh Shalom b'momav.
Yaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael
ve'imru
Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom,
Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom.
Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Thank you, Miranda. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, tech team. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.